Hi there, this is Terry Campbell with Johnson Insurance and another installment of Outside the Box. Now, when searching for the best insurance coverage for your business, it might seem logical to engage multiple insurance agencies to get competing quotes. After all, more options mean better coverage and a better price, right? No, wrong. And I'm going to go through that here with you. Unfortunately, this strategy can backfire. It's very counterintuitive to tell someone they only need one agency working for them. But that's the way it's going to be best for you. Have one agency that understands insurance and understands your industry, in this case, self-storage. That's who you want representing you to go out and get quotes. If you've got multiple agencies trying to work on it at the same time, it's often going to lead to diluted opportunities, limited coverage options, and sometimes even increased cost. And here's some of the reasons why you want to work with a single trusted agency and why it's a smarter approach. Number one, insurance markets are limited. The carriers are only going to allow a quote to one agency. It's not going to give quotes to more than one agency. It's not going to give a better quote to one agency over another. The price is going to be the same, and they're only going to allow one. So if you've got multiple agencies out there trying to get quotes, the ones that are working that aren't the first one to the carrier are going to get blocked. They're not going to be able to get a quote for you. So you may have a situation where you have a couple of agencies working at the same time, agencies, brokers, some people use the term interchangeably, that are trying to get quotes from the carriers for you. And if you've got, let's say, two you're working with, let's say one gets 2 or 3 quotes, another one gets 2 or 3 quotes. Now, they're looking at those 2 to 3 quotes to see which one of those are best. And out of those, then they'll pick the one that's best and present it to you. But if you've got an agent that's representing you completely, and no other agency, just one, they're able to go to all of them and get all of those quotes. And they can review all of these quotes together and review them and say, okay, these have the right coverage. Now, these that have the right coverage, which one has the best price? And they can sort of leverage that to get you the right coverage and the best price. After all, the right coverage is always the most important thing. Then the best price is the next most important thing. So by having more than one agency, I hope that I've come across clearly on how that dilutes your potential option to have the best quote and the best price. So potential coverage gaps. If you've got 2 agencies working on it, one of them may go to the carriers with a little better coverage request than the other. You may have some gaps there. So if you've got one agency doing the right job and covering those needs, you're not going to have that situation. You could potentially have a situation where you get quotes from 2 agencies. One did not quite provide the coverage requirements that are needed. So your price is probably going to be less. So you're going to look at these, you're going to say, well, their price is less, I'm going with that. You may not have the right coverage. This also is going to affect your long-term relationships. You're going to want a strong long-term relationship with your agency. Somebody who knows what's going on with you, who keeps up with what's going on with your business, and can always be there to look through and review and make sure that you don't have coverage gaps and you don't have lapses and things of that nature, especially if you have more than one location. That's where it becomes more and more important all the time. The more locations you add, the more important is it to have one single strong relationship with an agency and not trying to go out to several. In fact, some agencies won't even quote you if you're quoting with someone else just because it's in nobody's best interest. It's not in yours. It's not in the carrier or the agency. So hopefully this has helped somewhat for you to understand how this process works. And if you think of it like this, if you're selling your house and you're wanting to go to market on it, are you going to bring in more than one agent to list your house? You're not going to have 3 or 4 agents listing your house. You're going to have one. They're going to make sure they have all the needs. They understand your property. They're going to understand what you need to sell it for. They're going to help you to get the best price and the best terms on your house when you go to sell it. Same thing with the insurance. You want one agency representing you and working with you. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it makes sense. If not, if you have any questions, give me a call. Let's talk through it. Love to talk with you. In the meantime, look forward to seeing you at our next installment of Outside the Box by Johnson Insurance.